Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Baking with Mel. It is week 4, episode 4, and this week I am going to be making lemon cookies. I was trying to get into the fall spirit, but now, I'm sticking with my theme of do whatever you want whenever you want. I'm gonna be using a recipe from my mom's friend / co-worker's cookbook. She made a cookbook called the Pretty Radish. Probably difficult to see, but I'm going to link it so that you can find the recipe if you'd like. I'll probably also insert it, the one that I'm making today. Seems pretty simple, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hopeful. My last attempt at pumpkin pie came out pretty well. We're gonna try this one. I am going to introduce all of the ingredients needed for this recipe. We are going to need 2 sticks of unsalted butter. This came with 2 sticks, so I think it was just really ready for me to use it today. So here's my 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of powdered sugar. So I have my powdered sugar here. 1.5 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Rather than get the pre-squeezed lemon juice, which I did think about, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to use my tool here and squeeze the lemon juice myself. It also calls for lemon zest, which is what a lemon is made of. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna just get lemon, squeeze the lemon myself, and use the lemon zest. So that's what we're doing. I got 2. It calls for 1.5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. So hopefully this is enough. We'll find out. The lemon zest, like I said, 1 teaspoon of that, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. It's becoming clear to me that vanilla extract is a staple in many baked goods. So I actually may need to get more of this soon, which is exciting because I've never used a whole bottle of vanilla extract before, but we're getting close. 2 cups, it says unbleached flour. This looks like it's bleached. I am not sure what the difference is, if there is one, but I have a feeling that we'll find out. That's all that the recipe calls for. Not many ingredients. Let's get started. So I'm gonna preheat the oven to 350. I need to soften this butter, and we know from past attempts at baking that this isn't where I thrive. I'm gonna attempt to soften it and not have it melt. I still feel like 2 sticks is quite a lot for a recipe. The last time I tried making cookies, I used 2 sticks of butter and it came out very oily. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna put them in here and put them for a few seconds. Put it for 20 seconds and it's starting to melt already, so I'm gonna assume that this is what softened means. We're also just using 1 bowl today. It seems I'm just gonna continue adding all of the ingredients to this 1 bowl. And it's just kind of beating all the ingredients together slowly. That's the concept for this recipe. Add softened butter and sugar and beat until smooth and creamy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the butter in my big bowl. I'm going to add my 1 cup of powdered sugar. And now I'm going to beat this until it's smooth and creamy. Okay, this looks right, actually. This looks smooth and creamy. I'm just gonna leave my mixer on the side because I'm going to continue to use it. Add lemon juice, lemon zest. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut my lemon. I have an idea. I think since it's such a small amount, what is it? 1.5 tablespoons. So I need 1 of these. So I have 1. I'm really glad I didn't get more than this. 1 lemon would have been enough. But it's all part of the learning process. So that seems right. 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. I think instead of measuring, I'm just gonna eyeball because that seems easier. How much do I need? 1 teaspoon. I totally could have gotten 1 lemon, but now I have an extra lemon. And lemons are just good to have generally, so that will not go to waste. I'm not quite sure how to measure if I have enough, but I feel like this is probably good. And there's my oven. My oven is all ready. We love that. I just feel like squeezing a little bit more in here. Okay, yeah, I probably am like ODing on lemon, so we're gonna just chill. Half a teaspoon of salt. I found these really cute like rainbow measuring spoons. They were actually hanging up right here and I just didn't see them last week. So it feels good. Did I put too much salt? No, I didn't. Vanilla, 1 teaspoon. I have myself nervous over here. Second guessing myself. How dare I? I'm a professional. Okay, we're gonna beat again. I just came up with a trick that is probably not always great to use. Never mind, I'm just gonna keep that to myself. Add flour, 2 cups. 1, and we're just gonna beat this until this is all together. I think we're getting pretty close. I think the consistency is that of a cookie dough. I think we're pretty much there. I'm also gonna remove my rings and bracelets and watch, because that's important to do when you're cooking, and I didn't do that earlier. So, pro tip, remove your valuables from your body. Also, roll your sleeves up if you have not short sleeves on. And probably put your hair up, that would be smart too, because I just end up playing with my hair the whole time. Oh my God. This is the consistency of my cookie dough. It's looking pretty good. Okay, nobody judge these baking sheets. They've been through it, but I'm just lining them with parchment paper so that the cookie dough doesn't stick. Rather than just place them onto the baking sheet with a spoon in a very unorganized manner, I decided to roll the cookie dough up into balls this time and made sure I was placing them evenly apart so that this didn't happen like last time. So after using the 2 baking sheets that I had prepared, I still had leftover dough. So I got a 3rd sheet and again placed the cookie dough evenly onto this sheet. Before I put them in the oven, I'm just sticking my thumb into the middle of each of the cookie dough so that they cook as evenly as possible. The recipe said to put it in for 12 to 14 minutes, so I just did 14. Once 14 minutes was up, I went and checked on them and they still looked like they needed a little more time. So I gave them 5 more minutes to do their thing. Ta-da! 5 minutes is up and they look nice and golden brown. So I took them out and put some powdered sugar on top. The cookies are all done, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my little taste test and give my rating on how I think they came out. Wow. I definitely could have gone heavier on the lemon, for sure. They're not too oily like the pumpkin cookies came out. I left them in for 5 more minutes than they were supposed to. They're not burnt, but they're like medium well. They're good. They're very light. I don't know what I would rate these as. I think I would go with, I would say like a 7 or 8. They came out as a cookie should for the most part. I could have gone heavier on the lemon. They don't taste very lemony, but they also don't taste bad. They're not chewy, but they break apart in your mouth very easily. They're simple and they don't take a lot of time, which is really nice, or a lot of ingredients. So if you just want like a little sweet treat, I would say these are perfect for that.